Let's break away from format a little bit, and with this game being a centerpiece event in our state, we're going to talk about a very important topic. We're joined by the State Attorney General, Henry McMaster. Certainly good to have you join us here, sir. And you are doing a campaign that, you know, Will and I are dads, and it's important to parents, moms and dads all over the state, what you and your office have really taken on here. And you know, the technology we have today is a wonderful thing, but it can also be a very dangerous thing. And I know that internet crimes against children have become a very serious issue in this state and nationwide. You've put together a task force. Why don't you give us some background on that?
Well, it's a great task force, and we're really setting the standard for the whole country. We've got a law passed in 2004 to make it a felony for these predators to get on the internet and go into the chat rooms. And we got police officers all around the state. We have 51 police agencies, and the officers go on the internet, into the chat rooms and pretend to be children, and that's how we catch them. And so far we've caught 180, and we've convicted 107. But I tell you, the whole idea is that when I was a little boy, we come out here to Big Thursday, way back then, all the children running all around. Well, today, those children have a threat that they didn't have before, and that's these predators, and they can be all over the world, and they can go into your house on that internet. So what we're doing is we're telling the parents that we have the greatest team in the country catching these people, but we need the help of the parents. You have to watch what your children are watching on those internet, because those predators can be anywhere in the state, the country, or the world, and they'll come to your house.
And I would imagine, too, you're having to stay as up to speed on the latest in breaking and technology as they are, because if you're not ahead of them, then you can't thwart their efforts and trying to get into the children's rooms.
That's exactly right, Will. And we also have to, the officers who go online and into the chat rooms and pretend to be children and talking to these full-grown men, have to talk like children, so they have to be up with the latest fads and who's singing and all the names and the little words that they use and all that sort of stuff to stay up with it and catch them. But like I say, we've caught 180, and that's a record in the country. We really have the best team in the country going after these internet predators.
We're the number one state in that category in terms of catching.
In terms of catching.
That is great.
We've got a great network.
Now, most importantly, we want to make sure that folks know about the website, sckids.org.
That's right.
sckids.org, and they can go there and get detailed information about what we're talking about today.
That's right. And the main thing is parents have to realize that there never will be enough law enforcement officers. We got the best in the country in South Carolina. There never will be enough to catch all these predators. The parents have to watch what's on there, because we want all the children to be able to come to this great game in the United States.
Sure.
And have a good time instead of worrying about the complications and tragedy that result from these internet predators.
Visiting with State Attorney General Henry McMaster and talking about the task force that he's put together to fight the internet crimes against children. And I understand it's not just your office. You've got a bunch of agencies. I mean, you've really made this a collective blanket kind of effort around the state.
That's right. We couldn't do it by ourselves in my office, all with SLED. We started off with one SLED agent, and it was just overwhelming. So we now have 51 police agencies, that's police departments and sheriffs and SLED around the state, pretending to be children, using that lingo and going on the internet, and we're reeling in those predators. But we never will be able to get all of them because they're too many. That's why the parents have to help us too.
And to echo that point, you know, there's a very famous TV show out there on Dateline NBC, To Catch a Predator, and I'm always amazed at just how many times these same guys are getting caught. They get caught once and get caught again. I guess that's just a testament to just how many there are out there and how this is an unbelievable effort that has to be.
Will, you are correct. Not only are they're just an unlimited number because they think nobody's going to ever catch them, and they think they're anonymous on that internet. But the real horrifying thing is you can't make them quit. They'll keep on, as you've seen on that show. They'll catch a guy one day and then come back and get the same guy the next day before they start getting the police involved. It's very difficult to stop them. The only way to stop them is to catch them, and we're doing our best. But parents need to watch what their children are watching on that internet.
That's a great cause. Fantastic cause.
Yes, sir.
Attorney General Henry McMaster, thanks so much for being here again. Let's remind folks the website, sckids.org, and parents can go to that website.
Right.
And for that matter, maybe there are some law enforcement folks listening in today that are kind of on the periphery of what you're doing and can become more involved. But that'll tell you everything you need to know about this really great fight that needs to continue to be number one in the nation and add on the numbers.
Correct.
And good luck with what you are doing, your office, and the agencies you're involved with in this effort.
Thank you. Thank you, Pete. Will, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Max.
Henry McMaster, the Attorney General of the state of South Carolina. So nice to have him visit with us. And I've always considered this a state holiday of sorts for football in the Palmetto State. It's a day of great recognition. All eyes are focused on this, and I'm glad we could really shed a lot of attention on your great effort.